Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 26. Android App Addicts is a show where we talk about Android apps. We bring some Android news to the table. We bring new Android gadgets that we hear about and read about and see live in person. We bring that to the table. New ROMs. But the show is very app-centric. That's what the guts of the show, I guess you could say, is. Hence the name. And we do it with the help of three co-hosts. First, I'd like to introduce Steve McLaughlin, Door-to-Door Geek from DoorToDoorGeek.com. What's up, Steve?
Hello, all. Same old, same old. I'm always excited for this show because I love talking about Android.
I don't blame you. We should start a podcast about it.
I don't know. I'm kind of lazy.
Lalo Nunez from BetterPCTech.com.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on with you?
Life is good.
Good. Steve D'Amico from SMDcomputer.net. What's up, Steve?
Hey.
And StephenD'Amico.com. What's up with you?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, Dor, why don't you lead us off this week?
Okay. First thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show everybody there was a update that I didn't know to Widgedroid. We're now in the notification bar, the menu itself. When you pop down the notification, the actual controls to enable and disable things is literally right there. So it's like literally one drag away from anywhere you can see the notification bar to enable and disable myriad of features, functions, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, data, even put custom apps there. So once again, I'm really a huge fan of this app, and I believe if you don't have it installed, you need to install it and just check it out.
What's it called? Widgedroid?
Widgedroid.
How do you spell it?
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm just trying to bring it up for the folks.
It's widget, S-O-I-D.
Oh, Widgetsoid.
Widgetsoid. It's just super simple, very customizable, very tweakable, and I just thought it was really cool.
Sweet.
The only other thing I wanted to show on the screen was I'm going to link to this. It's called Keyboard Manager. There's a good life hacker article. I will say you have to be root. I didn't see any requirements on the version of Android, but they had a bunch of different ways you could install it if it didn't work one way on your computer.
Right.
What it basically does is it lets you have a keyboard set to default in portrait, and then when you go to landscape, it can automatically have a different keyboard set.
Oh, so you found something that did that. You were looking for something that did that.
Yeah, because the Shape Writer keyboard, which is the one I use in portrait mode, I'm really hooked on for a couple reasons. Like I can type my full name really absurdly by just doing obscene squiggles across the screen, and I don't even have to get close when it's a long word. But in landscape view, it is absolutely horrible. If I hold down, go to input method, you'll see just how annoying this is. It's like seriously half of the size of the screen. So it's really hard to type on there. And the reason it's half the size of the screen is because, like what you said, Steve, how it has the predictive stuff on the side. It's a waste. It's totally wasting screen space.
Oh my gosh, I would never use that keyboard.
Yeah, well,
What a
I only
waste.
use it. I only use it in portrait, and that's because this is the only swipe style keyboard where you do not have to do anything special to get double characters. Even when I just like type Little, it knows little. Now for like other words, it could go either way, like bot and boot. So it basically picks what you want the most. To go back and forth, it's not hard.
I see.
But I'm really hooked on this app. Now, this app enables me to truly be free to use any keyboard I want to use at any given time. I'm just a immense fan of it. Let me just really quickly.
What was the name of that?
Keyboard Manager. There's a good life hacker article. I thought it was goog.le. Right?
Google?
I guess for the Google URL shortener.
It's goo.gl.
That's a good reason why I couldn't find it. The next app I just wanted to throw in there, it's called K-9 Mail. It isn't that I don't like Gmail, but honestly, there's certain little aspects of it that just really annoy me on the handheld, and I don't like how it like throws all your conversations into one stream. So if you mark one as important, you're really only marking one email in there as important, or if you forward, you're only forwarding one email in that whole chain of events on the handheld. So it's really difficult to do things with K9 Mail. I like the fact that, first off, you see a lot more emails per screen. It's much more condensed, but still clear interface. And I like the fact that you can set individual check settings, where my door-to-door-geek@gmail.com, I have check every minute. But where I have Stephen C. McLaughlin at Gmail, I say check that every 15 minutes. That's no priority.
Right.
So I'm kind of a fan of the K9 Mail. I honestly learned about it from Richmond Tech in the Podnutz Lounge, and someone else mentioned it in the last 2 days. So I decided to give it a try. I've only been using it for today, but I'm liking it a lot. A whole lot.
You like the just the regular Gmail client?
I honestly don't like how it just shoves everything into one conversation thread. You can go in and change it, but I don't want to have to go in and mess with a lot of these settings. I like how K9 Mail works out of the box, and I like the fact that it can work with other email accounts besides just Gmail. It can work with Exchange Server. It can work with a whole bunch of other things.
Now, Door, for that K9 Mail, would that also sync up with your Gmail contacts? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the impression I'm getting. Virtually every email client, because I've used now 3 or 4, they all don't even use their own contacts list. They use your contacts list in your phone. So under preferences, account settings, each account, when you say sync contacts, that's where it pulls your email accounts from. So there's really no loss with going with it, I'll say.
Okay.
It's just, I say, if there's something in Gmail not making you happy, give it a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. The next app I wanted to talk about real quick, it's called Taxcaster Mobile.
Taxcaster.
Yeah, Taxcaster, all one word, mobile. It's actually by Intuit, which I have very utterly mixed feelings about. I'll say that.
You don't just straight up hate?
I pretty straight up hate, yes. But they now own Mint, so I'm really like praying to the software gods that they don't completely mess that up or start charging for it.
They will.
I know.
Sorry.
That's okay. This app has a little bit more bling than it's needed, I'll say. It's definitely not needed. But I like the fact that no matter where you get your taxes done, on the fly, you can go through and you can pick, are you joint filing, separate filing, what's your gross income, how much did you pay to the federal government, how much did you pay to the state government, list a couple deductions. I mean, it has virtually every option in there that I know of. And you can very quickly just do what I call double check to see you're not getting screwed. Is the nicest way I can put it. Because if this thing says you should get $15,000 and the guy's telling you you're only going to get $300, maybe he's not doing it right.
I see.
Because I do think a lot of us try to be cheap about getting taxes done. And then we have the other group that just blindly go to H&R Block and just say, do whatever you want to do.
Blind leading the blind.
Well, yeah. And I have my lovely wife. Now I'm going to lower my voice a little bit. I have my lovely wife doing my taxes every year. This is the first year I can quickly just pop on my phone. I'm always on my phone, so there's nothing to worry about. Pop on my phone. I just pull out the W-2, put it on the table a couple feet away, and I just put in some numbers, put in some more numbers. Okay, and then I hit it, and then I find out she's right about where it says I should be. So I feel a little bit, so I definitely feel a little bit better
That's nice.
with that.
The secret double check.
Now, Dor, if she's wrong, then how do you approach that situation?
I'll tell her I'll mail the documents. So don't
Okay.
worry.
He's got a plan.
Yeah, and then I'll go to work. I'll put in for half an hour PL time, and I'll sit at my desk and I'll start hammering this out.
Nice.
Or
Dor.
I'll just spend the money from my account and buy TurboTax and just do it. But yeah, I just thought that was cool. Nice way to just double check, make sure everything's cool. Next app I wanted to bring out, App Brain. I know it's a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with App Brain. I will say I personally like it better right now. You know, they could change in a month or two, no doubt. What App Brain lost the functionality to do was to install applications from the web browser. It's where you could log into App Brain and just say install, and then a couple seconds later, bang, it's installing on your phone. That's been gone for a couple months. The Android market implemented the way that you could do that because they're doing it. A lot of people say that's the reason now why Android market is so much better, so much better, so much better. Well, App Brain just released an update less than 4 days ago, I'll say. And one of the features is you can once again install from the web interface.
Really?
So you can browse through there, and you have to install the Fast Web Installer, it's called, which of course you can find in the market or on App Brain. You have to have App Brain on your phone, number one. Have your account logged into App Brain on your phone, then download Fast Web Installer and just run it once. It enables it, and then you're ready to go.
No kidding. So, are you using that and then continuing to use App Brain, or did you switch over to Google Market?
The only time I technically use the market now is if I want to give somebody a link and I don't know if they use the App Brain market.
Gotcha.
Because I know the Android, it's a link that's going to work for anyone who's on Android. Now, I will say I am running right now Liberty 1.5. They just did an update. That's my ROM I'm using.
Okay.
First off, it's gotten a whole lot better. But when I switched over to Liberty 1.5, this function now does not work. It says it's installing, but it doesn't install. So I'm guessing that that's something to do with the Liberty. But I want to let everybody know because not everybody's running Liberty. And I'm sure in 2 days or so, I'll be running something else.
Really? You've been on Liberty for a while.
No. I was on Liberty for about a week. Then I switched to Rubix, Rubix. Then I switched to Dark Slide.
Oh, that's right. You switched to Dark Slide.
Right now I'm back to Liberty.
Why'd you go back to Liberty?
Well, one, it's a new version. I just want to try it out, see if it was. One thing I heavily like now, even though they're not great, when I go browse themes in Liberty and I click the theme, it doesn't say downloading and installing. It launches previews. So I can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Because some of these themes are, let's just say, a little fluffy, a little pinky, let's say, kind of thing. They're little. And
you don't realize it till you install it.
Right. And then, and their server used to be really slow. You would be on Wi-Fi. You would download a 10 meg theme. It would take an hour. Now, the last theme I went and installed, I want to say it was 16 megs, and it took 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. So that to me was very reasonable, very doable, very put up with the bull. Man,
put up with the bull. Oh, I'm putting that down.
Yep.
I used to. I know I should have kept
it. Going in the book. It's going in the book.
I know, and I heard it on Nuts at Night too.
The cartoon. I could have done a better one, but I just was winging it. But I'm running out of hard disk space with all the words you're making up, Dor. So you got to slow down.
I'll do my best.
All right.
Okay, I'll keep short words now.
No, we like it. I actually quite enjoy it.
Good. Somebody does.
I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
You're fine. My next app, honestly, is just a pure fun app, which I think is going to appeal to at least a fair percentage of listeners we have. And it's an app called Computer and IT Quiz. It's a very simple, non-flashy app. You start it up, you pick beginner and advanced, one or the other. And the beginner one, I will tell you, out of I think it is 15 questions, the quiz is, I got 14 right. The one I got wrong, I can't remember. I think it was something to do with the network stack. You know, networking is voodoo to me still. Most of them I knew, or I was pretty sure I knew. I went to the advanced one. Oh Lord, this is advanced.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I got out of 15, I think I got 7 right, 7 or 8 right, and 2 or 3 of them it was a guess.
Damn, if you're getting only that, then I think I'm gonna get slaughtered by this quiz.
Well, I'll just say I just know what I know. I don't know even close to everything, but I think it's fun anyway, just to have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That sounds pretty.
Just
cool.
when you're sitting at a doctor's office, because it isn't the same. When I did it, at least, I did I think 2 of each test, and it wasn't the same questions each time.
Oh, cool. That's pretty fun.
So, yeah, it's just a little stupid app to put on and just show your
Test
geek
your
friends.
knowledge.
Yeah, because we don't hang out with nerds.
Yeah. Wish I had this when I was like a manager and I had a team of techs. I would just slide over my phone.
Oh, I know. And what I said to my manager, I said, you know, the next time you have an interview to do, you should take my phone. She's what are you talking about? And I showed her the app and I said, let's just keep it at the basic, you know. And I just went through all the questions. She was like, some of those are really good questions. I said, yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. Why don't we head over to Steve D, then we'll do Lalo.
Cool.
Steve D, what's your apps, my friend?
Sure. I have I've been looking actually for one of these that I'd like, and I finally found one that I kind of like. I'm kind of a I used to be a licensed real estate agent, and my wife is, and my mom is as well. So I'm kind of always hearing real estate talk and hearing prices and things. So, I found a pretty good. I think it's the best one on the market because I've tried a lot of them, and it's a mortgage calculator, and let's see, mortgage calculator by Adonis Apps, and I'll give you the app rent link here. And actually, I don't think I'm logged in yet. Yeah. And well, anyway, it's pretty cool. It's got a whole different
What's the name of it?
It's a mortgage calculator, but there's a lot of those. But it's the one. It's actually, it looks like a stack of money next to it, and it's like a green icon, and it's made by Adonis Apps.
Aha, there it is.
Yeah, and what's cool about this one is that it has a basic mode. So if you just want to just run a quick, rule of thumb kind of check to see what something is going to cost, especially if you're kind of considering, like, you go, well, how much you hear prices of houses all the time. You go, oh, this is that much, this is that much. Yeah, but what does that mean in actual monthly payments? Because that's what it really is all about, monthly payments. And with this, you can get a quick rule of thumb as to what your payments would actually be to actually have that house or apartment.
Wow. Well, how discouraging to see how slowly your payments pay off your house.
Yes. Yeah, you're looking at the it's called an amortization chart, and yeah, it's kind of sad to see how much, especially if you could do the calculations on how much interest you pay in total over the length of a loan.
I freak out when I look at my car payments.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's really bad. And you also see how much principal you're paying towards the loan, and yeah.
Thanks,
but
Steve,
that's
for the most for the most depressing app so far that I've seen in this show.
Well, you know what's kind of cool about it though? If you hear prices of things, you get to find out what you actually can afford or not, and not.
Yeah. It's depressing for me and Lalo.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not homeowners.
Yeah.
You guys should be thrilled because prices in Florida are ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about actually buying. Just got to find the right place. Doors an owner, right?
I am an owner, but I say hold off a year because there's talk of the federal government repealing tax credit on mortgage interest paid for homeowners, which would technically mean there's no reason to own a home anymore. Renting will save you a lot of money.
See, I know I was always ahead of the curve as far as that goes. Guess it's just dumb luck.
They've been talking about that for years. I forget what they were going to do. They were going to try to offset that with another something else you can write off. I forget what it was.
How about just free houses?
And they have them all. Yeah, they have them behind every single shopping center.
Oh,
All right.
So that's a fun one. Or at least I think it's kind of fun to see what's worth what, and I don't know what it actually is means monthly wise if you're looking at it anyway. The other one is a tip calculator. I don't think we've ever brought one up. An actual calculator for tips in restaurants.
I don't think we brought one up. It's funny because I've actually used one, but we never talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I found a pretty good one it's called Tip Calculator by Trade Fields, and there's two of them. There's two of them. One's a donation one, or actually, where it's paid one, or it's the pro version. It's called the pro version, and it's $2. And basically, if you get that one, you don't have to deal with the ads.
There's one by a company called Fluffy Delusions, which I would probably buy just because of the name. What a brilliant name!
That would be one you have to give Matt.
What's the name of yours? I can't find that company. Because there's
Trade Fields.
Trade Fields? Okay, I'm going to check it out.
One word.
It's
okay.
And it's actually called Tip Calculator by Tradesfield. That's the whole name.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And what's nice about this one is that you can add the amount of people in your party. So if you want to split the bill, you can actually find out how much it's going to be. You can split the tip and split the bill and divide it all up nicey nice, and it's pretty nice.
Dude.
And you can even change the percentage rate, which is kind of nice. And it's got a nice big fat keyboard. So
yeah, that's pretty slick. The one I used before was just ugly.
Yeah.
Honestly, this
really
sounds perfect for the Waffle House.
Oh, my friend.
That's a continuing debate.
My friend, there is no tip calculator for the Waffle House. They always get big tips.
There's no tip calculator that could hold the tips from the Waffle House. No, you know what? Well, Waffle House aside, does this tip calculator tell you whether you should tip people when you do like a drive-through? There's Sonny's down here. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Sonny's Barbecue. Okay, you can either go in. It's a normal restaurant. You can either go in or eat there. You can order takeout, where you gotta you call on the phone, say I want this food. You go and then you go in the store, you pick it up, and then you walk out with it. And then they even have a drive-through where you can order it, go through the drive-through, and then you pay. I don't know what to tip for carry-out and drive-through. I'm just so confused.
I can tell you, I'm an over tipper. I'm going through a drive-through. I ain't tipping.
It isn't Hardee's, but you know what I mean.
I know, but it's a drive-through.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a curbside pickup, at least they're walking to you. I give them a couple.
What about carry-out? Where you walk in, they don't walk out.
It depends on the service. If I get anything above horrible, who the hell are you? Get out of here kind of attitude, I'll give them at least $1.
Oh, not a full tip though.
No, can't give them full tip.
Good.
Not unless they because I see them run from one side of the restaurant to the other to bring me my food, and they check everything to make sure everything's right. Then I give them a
right. I felt like such an idiot, but I did do that at the drive-through. I asked the girl, I said, now do people tip when they go through the drive-through? And she's like, well, some do. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's, I wasn't trying to argue. I was like, I'm just getting an idea because I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, yeah, some people do. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it next time. And then I just go,
I'll do it next time.
I didn't know what to say because I really didn't want to tip because I didn't
How can you build up her hope or getting a tip? You just crushed it.
I wasn't trying to build up her hope. But
she couldn't say yes.
I know,
right?
She couldn't say yes. But
and she couldn't say no.
But I got from their tone that it's not required. I mean, if she would have said if she would have been like, most people really do, then I would understand. But she's like, some do, some don't. So I kind of figured out from how she said it, and probably the polite thing to do after she gives you a 50-50 decision percent chance is probably tip her. But I didn't. Anyway, so I figured I guess we don't need a tip calculator for that. I was wondering if there was a magic tip calculator that could tell me that, but I guess there's not.
No,
all right, man.
You need the life tip calculator.
That's true. All right, man. Anything else on that one, or any more?
Yeah, I have one more. I've been using this for like a couple days now, and I kind of like it actually. I'm changing my banking from a bank called TD, which I think is only out here. And I'm going to Chase, which everybody has heard of before. And so I got a chance to use the Chase Android app. It's called Chase Mobile, and it's pretty good. They don't really advertise the Android version. They always advertise the iPhone version naturally. And what's really cool with this is you can do that picture. You can take a picture of a check.
Yeah.
And do the picture deposit thing that they have.
Which is fun because you don't even have to have real checks. You just take a picture of fake ones.
I was gonna ask that.
Does it have to be real checks? Yeah, we got to ask that. No, go ahead. Have you tried doing that?
Yes, I did. I made a deposit, and it works great. But there is a hiccup, and I think it screws everybody up. What it does is, at least on Android, I'm not sure about the iPhone. What it does is it always says it's blurry. It doesn't matter how sharp it is.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's the sharpest check on the planet. And also, you want to put it on a black background. That really helps. Or a dark background, much darker than the check itself. And then when you take the picture, it says that that is blurry, that you have to retake it. Just say use anyway, and then it'll go through. That's what I've noticed each time I've done it. And some people were dogging on the app because it keeps saying that it's blurry. Just don't even regard it. It's not blurry, so just keep going. Okay. And then what it does is it reads. I tried an experiment. What I did was I took a blank check. Now, because I have 2 bank accounts at the moment, because I still haven't closed my previous one, and so what I did was I made a deposit. I have the ability to play a little bit. It wasn't a customer's check,
right? So
I took a blank check. Couldn't get one from a customer, obviously. So I took one of my own blank checks and did a transfer from one bank to the other. And what I did was I just took just a blank check and tried it and see what it would do.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know whether it could read the handwriting or whatever. It reads handwriting, apparently. It actually, well, you tell it how much. You tell it, $10 or 20, whatever, 150, whatever it is that's the check is the amount for. But it also checks the check to see if that's actually written on it.
So you tried to submit a check just by telling it the amount, but having a blank check.
Exactly.
Okay, and it didn't go through. What did it say?
It said the wrong. It said that what I've inputted was the wrong amount on the check.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it also pulls the bank account. Well, I mean, I think it's obvious. I mean, how else would it work? It pulls the bank account number and the routing number right from the check as well.
Right.
And for some strange reason, they want the information from the back, which really, on most cases, is empty. But they want the picture of the back of the check as well, which it's a little strange. And it works. It really works.
I'm thrilled with this app. I'm like so happy. The days of like paper and writing and like mailing and all that is just like slowly going away. They're with it, man. I mean, I would.
Yeah.
If I don't know. I guess they have Chase down here. Chase is like everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's compelling for me to like if I was going to open a bank account to consider them because I hate depositing checks.
See, but my thing is from a security standpoint. You're scanning images. It has your bank account number. That kind of freak me out, to be honest.
There's so many other things that should freak you out.
Yeah, like Kate Perry. But I'm saying, I just want to scan a check to my phone. But I mean,
Katie.
As a good at Kate, Bob, who cares? But I mean, from a security standpoint, I don't know how secure it. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
I'll say this, Steve.
I see. The problem is Lalo's right, but I'm like kind of like just throw caution to the wind kind of person.
Here's a check for $10,000. Have at it.
Well, Steve C. Supposedly PayPal is getting this.
Oh,
really?
Really?
Yeah,
you could deposit checks into PayPal?
They were supposed to get it back in November on the iPhone, and there was a hang-up, obviously, but they still swear it is coming. But honestly, I would love to have the ability to make that decision to go to Chase for that reason. But,
Chase, I can understand. You're depositing a check into a bank account. PayPal, that's kind of funky. That's more funky.
Well, PayPal wants to be a bank. They want to be where money goes through.
Yeah, I would definitely use it in a second.
Oh, I would.
I couldn't tell you the last time I got a check, but
yeah. Well,
Okay.
But I can tell you the we with the Chase app you can do you can pay bills, you can pay bills right through the app. It's actually a really slick app. Really runs really nice. You can
Yeah.
actually see you can see the transactions, so you can see a lot of the transactions have been going through your account and everything. You can transfer money between accounts. Let's see, you can do a wire transfer supposedly somehow. I don't even know how to do that yet.
It looks pretty slick.
Of course, you can see the account balance, transaction history. You can, and then what's really awesome is there's a part where you can actually in the app where you could find ATMs, and it pulls up Google Maps, and it gives you a directions in Google Maps from where you currently are to the nearest ATM.
Nice. Nearest Chase ATM?
Not only just the nearest, but also it'll give you a list, and then you get to choose on the list which one you think is the nearest or which one you care about.
Nice.
You know.
Does
So if
it
you
tell you their fees?
Thank you,
I
Dora.
don't think there's fees for the ATM. If it's
Really?
Chase ATM. Well, if it's a Chase ATM, because that's the ones they're only pointing to. Is the Chase
I got
ATMs.
you.
And for me, at least in my area, Chase is like every half a mile is another Chase, a whole bank, not even just an ATM. On my way home, I have a 10-minute drive. On my way home, there's literally 4 Chases on my way home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's always the bank I go with. I drive around. Whoever has the most branches and ATMs, I sign up with that bank. Convenience. Convenience.
Yeah. That convenience is the big thing. I think all banks are evil, but I think at least Chase is a little less evil than the evil.
Oh, they really pulled the wool over your eyes with a fancy shiny app.
No. I'm just saying they're just less evil than Bank of America. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
So
Less evil.
So the app soldier there, Steve. huh?
Yeah.
I see how it is.
Chase is good. Chase knows how to get into people's heads.
Yeah.
All right. So I like shiny objects.
We all do. That's why we started this show.
We all do.
All right. Anything else, Steve?
No.
Okay, Lalo, take it away.
I will tell you, I didn't follow Steve's theme, how he had all money apps. Mine's kind of going a little bit all over the board, but I got a couple. One is a game that my guy has showed me, that Jason, is called Word Feud. It's Scrabble. Now, what's cool about this game, and it's Word Feud, WORDFEUD, the free version. What's cool about it is a multiplayer. So I can play a friend, and when it's my turn, it will alert him, and then he'll play his turn. So there's no time limit, and it's awesome because a game could take a couple of days, a game could take a week, and the app also has a built-in chat function. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty smooth. It never crashes, and if you're a fan of Scrabble, it's a pretty neat game.
Word Feud.
Yeah, I definitely like the kind of game that it isn't. You have to do it all right now.
Yes, and I agree, and I think that this game does it right because, like Dora said, there's no time limit, and it's multiplayer. So you're not playing against a computer. You're actually playing against somebody else. So
And you could have multiple games going on at once.
yes.
You know, Scrabble's such not my game. I just get choked up. I get this nervous pang every time like it's my turn in Scrabble. I can't explain it. So I'm
Wait, hold on. Scrabble is not your game, but if it was a Monopoly, you'll be over it.
I can't explain it. This is
Well,
irrational game playing.
Irrational.
Fears.
That's a strong word there.
Well, I'm kind of the same way, and I can explain why. It's because I can't spell good.
I mean, we should start like the Dora dictionary of Word Feud, and I'd be able to accept words that Dora's created. No, they're actually because I remember growing up with Scrabble, and my parents played it, my brother played it, and they're like, "Let's play Scrabble." I'm like, I just hate Scrabble. And then there's the Scrabble dictionary, and if your word's not in the Scrabble dictionary, no word doesn't exist. So,
Wow, like really bad memories.
I have really seriously, this is childhood trauma.
Yeah, I remember being over my aunt's house, and she had a dictionary that was seriously like 8 inches thick, sitting next to her spinning Scrabble board. She had the deluxe Scrabble board, where the whole board would spin around, so other people they could easily face the people. I'm thinking, and back then, like in the '80s, it was like $100 board. I'm thinking that's passion.
She had like
passion, and I can't play because she will demolish me.
Right. I know I have relatives that just they crush you. They crush your hopes. I mean, like, you don't just lose, you get demolished. It's very traumatic.
Yes.
Yeah, I put down the word car.
Yeah.
You know, and they put down elephant.
And that's yeah. I'm with you.
This
Joy.
is well, guys. This is because you guys were kids when you were playing it. It'll probably be different now
No.
that you're adults.
That's a good point.
And
The
And-
scarring is too deep.
right, but what's neat about the game is that, you know, at first you kind of learn how to play it and get used to it, and then you want to outdo your the person that you're playing. Like the other day, I got a 90-point score. I got like a double word and a triple word.
Right.
And I mean, you know, of course I had to talk some junk, you know, or like 90 points, homie. Beat that.
Right.
You
That's
know?
that's why it's nice to have the chat.
Yeah.
And then when they don't, you just shame them.
You are not worthy to play on my Android phone.
I do like games that are, you know, precariously, conspicuously like Scrabble without saying that they're Scrabble.
Okay, so it's Scrabble. But it's called Word Feud.
I know, but I'm saying they
Oh.
can't use the word Scrabble. So technically,
Yeah,
to buy HB wares, this is a different game than Scrabble.
Then I got a game for you to check out, Steve. It's called Angry Turds.
No.
No.
There is
Serious?
a game called Angry Turds. I'm not
Oh,
lying.
I
Oh,
don't even
no.
want to look at that.
I do.
I just ate. I know. You say the word poo and Steve's into the conversation.
Yep, you got it. You got my attention.
Lalo, do more apps
All
before we
right.
go off the track here.
All right. And the other app I have stumbled upon is called Happy Hours. This app is pretty cool because if it was a Friday and you go after work and you want to have a nice cold beer with a buddy, this app will tell you all the specials around
Uh-oh.
your area.
I think we have to have an alarm for when this happens. Because didn't Timster do this app? Or was it just... Am I imagining things?
What was the app again? I'm sorry. I missed
Happy
Happy
Hours.
Hours? Because I didn't see it on the list.
See, I have... See, sorry, Lalo, but I have to bring it up. Because if I
fine.
didn't, Timster would be like rolling over when he saw this. If I didn't say anything. Because he knows I take
I
it
can
hard
say
on him.
the icon doesn't look the same. But the
Okay.
icons do change all the time. There is nothing called Happy Hour.
Okay.
All right, keep going, Lalo.
Even if Timster did, it involves cold beer. Nice app. That's all I got to say.
All right. Now, you can keep talking about
Oh, no. Timster did Today's Reason to Drink.
Okay, chat room. It's Happy Hours door, by the way.
Okay.
I just don't want to be wrong. about
Yes,
this.
yes, it's a different app.
I don't want to be wrong about this.
Steve, you're a Nazi. I love that comment. I'm telling you, man. Steve, you are the Suge Knight.
If I didn't say anything, Timster saw this, he'd flip out. He wouldn't be my friend anymore.
He
Touche.
said Suge Knight.
All right, so it's an app that tells you where all the happy hours are.
Yeah, and I kind of know the area. Suge Knight. I kind of know
That's
the.
classic.
I kind of know the local bars around at the house, and I'm surprised that this they picked up the kind of hole in the wall bars, and it also had the specials on there too. I don't know how it does it, but it's pretty neat.
That is cool.
Also, there was an update to the Android App Addicts app. Try to say that about 15 times, but it looks a lot more sleeker. I don't know what the updates are, but I got prompted for the update on the other day.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I can tell you he did a bunch of updates.
do you know, Dor, what exactly he did?
This is Caleb Foltz's app for Android App Addicts, so the companion app.
Yeah.
Ooh, looks good. That's on app.
Yeah.
The screens on AppBrain look fantastic.
Mhm.
I gotta get the update. I didn't get it yet. Damn, sorry, Caleb.
Yeah, and he gives direct links to donate to Podnutz. He has direct links to all of our tweets. It's just you click view host tweets, and it's one constant stream of all of our tweets,
Very
all in
nice.
one line. I like that a lot. Direct links to the show, not direct links to the audio, but I know he's working on it. Right now, it's just one extra click. If you're on your device, you just click the show, and then you're right on the page where you can click either download or the Flash player.
Right, and I will tell you with this version, it's a lot more responsive and faster. So when I click on something, the feed just show up. So.
Sweet. Great. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you for bringing it up, Lalo. Nice update. Sweet. All right. Any other ones, Lalo?
No, but for those of you that do want to play me in Word Feud, my name is I am Lalo. IAMLALO. Let's get it on. I'm done.
Okay. I will not be playing you.
Shook Knight.
You handed me your phone. You handed me your phone one time. You're like, try this word. I spent like 2 minutes on it, looking at it, and then I'm just like, no! And I gave it back to him. And I'm like, never will play again. Never will play again.
Scars.
All right.
Yeah, and just some quick bad news. Angry Turds was taken off the market.
Oh, okay.
Darn.
All right. I'm going to go through 4 here real quick. Quick game that I enjoy. It's called Forbidden Breaks Light. I'm a sucker for like what is it? Bird's eye view, where you're looking straight down on. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Those look straight down on those 2D games. I'm a sucker for race car games like that. I love them for some reason. I don't know. You can see the whole track. It's just nice. I don't need to have like point of view graphics. I like racing like that. It's like kind of grew up with that style, I guess. A childhood memory which is not hard. Like,
maybe you were a
scarring.
bird in your previous life.
Yes, that's a great thought.
Yeah, I did
Sweet.
play this too, Steve. I thought it was cool.
It's cool because it's a fun little game. I really like how you steer. They put thumbprints where your thumbs are supposed to go on the screen instead of just like buttons or nothing. It just, sometimes you just get instructions on where to press on the screen. This actually gives you little thumbprints. So you put your thumb right on the prints, you race, and if it's just, I don't know, it's not even the greatest game. I'm just a sucker for that kind of game. I actually bought the pro version, and it said authorizing for about 5 minutes, so I don't know if it's something wrong with the game or my account or something, but I wasn't able to play the pro version, so that might be a bug. Not sure. But if anything, you have to get this game because it's made by Camel Heads Team. The name of the team that made it is Camel Heads.
Camel Heads Team?
It's the Camel Heads Team. And any group of developers that call themselves Camel Heads, I'm buying it.
They deserved,
They deserve my money. Fun little game. Thought it was kind of cool. Next game, our next thing is another app that's not even that great, Coin Flip. But it's handy when you need it. I mean, how many times do you need to decide something with the flip of a coin and you don't have a coin? I don't know about you guys, but whenever somebody tries to hand me change, I say keep the change because it's going to scratch my phone. I don't take change anymore.
Well, I'm close. My wife won't let me carry cash.
Okay. All right. Well, for whatever reason you don't have change in your pocket, you now have a quarter on your phone you could flip. It's called Coin Flip.
And is this one by AGAS?
AJAS. But I don't even know if that's the best one. There's probably tons of Coin Flip ones.
I mean, you don't need it to, make you bread.
Right. So
I will tell you that someone did bring this app up earlier.
Oh crap!
No, I'm playing, but I want you to feel how everybody else feels.
Oh man! All right, I'm gonna put this out there. You guys try to get me. I will never repeat an app for the history of this show. For the episode 1000, you can test me. I'll be okay.
1000.
Next one. It's called Open Signal Maps Beta. It's by Staircase 3 Inc. Open Signal Maps Beta. It's cool. It's an app that tells you where the nearest cell phone tower is on a Google map, which is pretty cool. So which is your nearest tower? Which one are you using?
That's neat.
It gives you a quick little graph that shows you the direction of the tower you're using. So if you're really in like a jam and you need to get a signal, just start running in the direction that it tells you to run, and eventually you'll get a stronger signal because that's where your tower is. Thought that was cool, and another thing I really think is cool on it is it does a quick speed test. There's a quick speed test app option on it. Allows you to do a quick speed test, and instead of going like speedtest.net or downloading a speed test app, There's a quick version and a more accurate version. So if you have only like a second, you want to do a quick speed test, you can just click the button and do it real quick. I'm a sucker for speed tests. I always like to check out how fast or slow my phone is going. And the next one is I missed it. All right, I exited out of it by accident. It's called Cash Counter. And this is a neat app, but it's a neat looking app, let's put it that way, because I couldn't get it working on my phone. It's actually a widget. It's called Cash Counter by Conjugate Direction. Man, again, I'm gonna be an Android app developer just so I can make a company name for my app development company. Just call it something crazy. Cash Counter is an app. If you can see it right in the middle of the screen there, it puts a counter as a widget on your screen. You enter how much money you make per hour, and then this app just counts how much money you make per day. So say you're hating life, right? You're at work. It's like you're 5 hours into it. You're just like going through a tough time. Just open your phone and look how much money you made that day. I think it's good for motivation, make you feel better, give you a little extra boost to give 110% at your job there, or whatever you do, and just shows you how much money you're making. Now, this app would not be encouraging if you have a very low salary or you don't make a lot of money. But for those of you who are happy with your salary, flip this on install it if it works on your phone. It didn't work on mine. Install it on your phone. See how much money you're making per day, and look at the money and picture in your mind what gadget you could buy with the amount of money you made per day.
I like the warning. Cash may increase depressingly slowly.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Okay, so maybe it's not a motivational app, but I would use it as such. Anyway.
What is the theme of this show? First, you have Steve, who's going to show you the interest rate that you're paying for your house. And then second of all, you got to leave people tips. Then you get scammed with a check after they leak out your whole entire bank account. And then you have this cash counter.
See how much money you lost.
Lost.
It's the money show this week.
It's the money.
That's all the apps I got. Now, we lost Steve D. Looks like he's trying to call back. Let's see if we can get him on the horn here. Do you guys have any Android news you want to talk about? Door?
To be honest, I have not been keeping up with the news this week. The only thing I know news related is Verizon people are supposed to be now really scared and biting our nails, worried, oh God, we're going to get overwhelmed with iPhone traffic. I'm not worried at all.
We'll see how it goes.
Well, I do believe it had made all this record sale crap. In the whole spectrum, though, counting the number of phones it's going to actually bring to Verizon, I don't think it's a huge number, because I think the people that already have an iPhone I think the people who already want one have one.
Right.
So it's going to take a year to 2 years for the people who want to be on Verizon to fully migrate over. And then they're talking about basically taking someone like me, who, when they notice I'm using a lot of bandwidth, to temporarily throttle my speed down.
You know what? I think that they put that out there. I think they have no intention of they might enforce it, but I think it's a long shot that it's going to need to be enforced. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be a blip in anybody's service, even with all the new iPhones.
I do believe it's not going to affect virtually anybody, except for the guy who did 31 gigs in a month.
Right.
You know,
how many gigs do you do in a month? Are you abusive?
I do more than 8. I typically do around 12 to 15.
Okay. Yeah, you're on the list. You're on their list.
Yeah, I know. Now, here's something that they are going to do. I have very mixed feelings about it. They're going to automatically down-res larger images to just make them appear to be downloading faster.
Seriously?
Oh.
Yeah, they're scared, man.
Oh, I know. And here's the other thing, which is very interesting. They're going to look at the first 8 bits of every file coming down. And what they're going to be able to do is to say, I'm downloading a YouTube video via Flash, not via even via the YouTube app, maybe. They're going to have the ability to not only cache it closer to me, so they're using less bandwidth out to the internet, but they're going to be able to down-res that as well. Any video file.
Interesting.
Period.
Wow.
It's a little scary.
We'll see what happens. I personally, I don't think they're going to have to do any of that. I don't know. Are they definitely going to down res, or they're going to do it if they have to?
They are going to down res.
Okay.
What they're saying.
I think it's going to be perfectly fine. Honestly, I think everybody's going to be happy as anything to get their new iPhones on Verizon, and there's going to be no hiccups. That's my prediction.
Well, and to be honest, down-resing my images, I'm not really sweating it. I don't need HD images on my phone. I don't need HD video because technically the phone can't display in HD.
I would be. I'm actually pissed that they're doing. I'm not a Verizon customer, but if I was, I'd be pissed that they're doing that. I'm being penalized because they have the iPhone on Verizon. I mean, I want full. If the image is full resolution, I want that image. I signed up for getting internet on the phone, not for scaled down images. So I'm sure it's in their contract. They could change whatever they want, but
of course, and they insist it's just a coincidence they happen around the same time. I don't believe.
Super lame.
And the final bit of news is absurd. Motorola Zoom technically doesn't have an announcement date yet. A leaked Best Buy document says something like February 23rd or February 28th. But the more important thing is it's $800.
Yep.
No.
Exactly.
I'll go look at it in the store, but I ain't even going to touch it, afraid I'm going to break it and be asked to pay $800. That is insane.
I wasn't a big anticipator of the Zoom. I don't care about the commercial or anything. The Zoom is going to sell about as many sales as Galaxy Tabs are being sold.
Oh no, I guarantee a Tab better.
You think?
Because it's less money.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, if it's $800.
Here's my logic: if a Tab, the Wattpad is $500, for it to be able to be sold, the Zoom for $800, it has to be like 3 to 4 times better,
right,
than the Wattpad,
right?
And it ain't going to be. That would require way too much hardware to be in that thing.
Yep.
And then it wouldn't be a tablet; it would be a small TV screen.
If it is going to be $800, they're going to do what they did with the Tab. I mean, the Tab was $600 2 months ago. It's down to like $300 or $250 now for some. I mean, well, no, $600 without the plan. It's coming down by the hundreds, and the Zoom's going to come down in probably under a month. If it's at $800, it's just going to come down in under a month. They're going to get all the early adopters that they wanted to get, and then they're going to get everybody else after the early adopters, spent their wad on the thing.
Yeah, the only other Android device news I have is the Nodian, I want to say it's called, Atom tablet. They did a short launch, and they're in their production phase now for their full launch. This is the tablet I believe can be better than virtually every other tablet that's out there, and it's Notion Inc.com.
Notion?
Thank you. I told you I can't play Scrabble.
Notion Inc.?
Yeah. Notion Inc. And it's the Atom tablet.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Well, that's been in the making for a while, hasn't it?
It's been in the making for about a year. And I think, honestly, this could be one of the better devices. It's not going to be cheap, but I think there is cases where you get what you pay for, and I think this is going to approach that compared to other devices.
Gotcha. Good. Thanks for the news. Now over to emails. You don't have any news, do you?
No.
No, but the only email I don't think you have, Steve, the guy asked...
I got a ton of emails.
The one is, what kind of phone should I buy? The answer is what you like and what you can afford. Okay, next.
Okay. Caleb Foltz, who wrote the Android App Addicts app, says, hey, all, I just got an email from Google, since I'm a developer, I guess, and it informed me that the Android market is now viewable online at market.android.com. No more app brain needed for online installs. Keep your phone in your pocket and install apps directly from the website. Sorry, I used the contact form on the website. I forgot the email. Anyhow, great show as always. Keep up the good work, and a big thank you from all the users on ntelosdroid.com. Pronounced ntelosdroid. Caleb Foltz. See Foltz on the forums. Thanks, Caleb. Next email is from Ray. He says, hey, Steve, I'm not sure which show you would like to ask your expert panel my questions, so I'll leave that up to you. I was going to post in the forums, but I thought Bluetooth might be an interesting topic for the podcast. I was trying to connect my Android tablet to my Linux Mint machine via Bluetooth. I was trying to send pictures from my Linux machine to my Android tablet. I cannot seem to get past the paired but not connected error. I did get a message on my tablet saying the name of the folder I was trying to send, so some connection was made. I did some reading about what appears to be a common issue, but I was not able to resolve it. I'm not sure which device is the problem since they both recognize what I'm trying to accomplish. Any suggestions? Thanks, from Ray.
Well, we talked about it for a split second on
Linux for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest question to him is what Android app is he using? I know most applications, when they are written specifically for Windows, don't have a habit of saying that. You know,
Right.
And honestly, the first two things I would try: take the Bluetooth device, take it to work or something, and try to sync it to a Windows device. And if it works fine, then you know either the app is specifically designed for Windows, or there's something going on with his Ubuntu and Bluetooth permissions. Okay. 99% of the issues in Linux aren't software issues, blue screen of death issues, you know, driver issues. It's permissions issues. So that if it is a problem with the Linux, it's permission somehow. I guarantee it.
Okay. Good place to start. Probably might be a good place to finish too. Thanks, Dor. All right, this is from Payback. Josh, he said, Dor, he Twittered this at DorDorGeek and at podnutz. Tell me this ain't the coolest live wallpaper you've ever seen. And Dor actually installed this. It was on his, I think it was Dor. Didn't you install the Flames, Dor?
I had it going for like 3 days until I realized in about an hour I went down like 40% of my battery.
It's called KF Flames Live Wallpaper. It's basically a live wallpaper. It looks like a heavy-duty fire is going on at the bottom of your screen. It looks cool. Yeah. It is very cool. And it sucks your battery down like a mofo. So
yes.
Oh, cool. Steve D's back. We don't have his video, though, so we're just going to chill without video for him on the rest of the show, if that's all right.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
What? Oh, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, Dor. Nice. Nice and fiery.
And I have my show-off desk enabled, so when I go back, that's what it's just on fire.
It was pretty cool. We on Linux for the rest of us, we were talking about, because it sucks so much juice and uses so much CPU that your phone gets hot. So it's actually like the flames are heating up your phone.
Right. And just a quick mention of another app. You have to be a little bit technically insane to install it or be on a device that's not yours. There's an app called Hand Warmers where all it did was it literally ran your device so hard it would warm your phone up.
So cool.
Wow.
Now, I could see in an extreme event me needing that app, but I don't want it. I don't want to have to use it. I don't want it. It can't be good for your phone.
Yeah. That's every time I think about that, I think, oh, my poor phone's sweating its face off. All right, Ryan says, Steve, I'm trying something new. I think you might want to check it out. I've tried several of these online calorie counting programs, like the one at livestrong.com, which is integrated with Daily Plate. I used to use another one. I forget what it's called. Thanks, right? Those sites were filled with ads and were slow, and I even paid for an app on my iPod Touch, which I haven't used forever. Anyway, I'm checking out this new site called myfitnesspal.com. I think Timster or Steve brought this one up. I think it's in the list. I'm not bringing it up. I'm just reading an email. I didn't bring it up. But anyway, I do remember seeing this. Did we do
I
that?
thought you brought it up.
Really?
I don't see Timster talking about calories. Yours, it was you, app number 35, so it's early, and it's called Calorie Counter by Fat Secret.
Oh, no, this is MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal.com.
Again, Steve is wrongly accusing people.
Yes, it was the same but different.
Okay. Anyway, he says, I'm checking out this new site called MyFitnessPal.com, and there's an associated Android app with the same name, also free. There's an ad or two, but it's not overbearing. Plus, the food search seems to be amazing so far. I even searched for a generic granola bar from a local grocery store chain. I found it without a hassle. Can't say that much for the other apps that I've tried. This app syncs to your account, plus it even has a barcode scanner and search feature. Feel free to read this on AAA show or bring it as one of your apps if you like. As always, Mind Melt. Ryan is Mind Melt, a.k.a. Mind Melt. This would be cool if I was counting calories, but again, I'm off to another thing. I'm trying that high-protein diet where I throw calories don't even think about them. Just throw them to the wind and see what happens to my body. Cut out the carbs, basically high protein. Trying it out. It's much more enjoyable.
Super quick question. I'm documenting this for the app list. How do you spell mind melt? Because I know he does it uniquely.
I think it's MYNDMELT.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it?
I think.
Okay.
Awesome.
Grazie.
Robert says, hey, App Addicts, I just got my Evo. I have had all of the no periods. I'm going to read it anyway, Robert. Can't send me emails with no periods, guys. Hi, App Addicts. I'm going to read it how he wrote it. Hi, App Addicts. I just got my Evo. I have had all of the iPhone, and I have had it with the AT&T, so got Sprint. I am loving it, but Evo, I don't have nowhere to go. Find step-by-step how to root and ROM my Evo, so you help me. Thank you.
Dude.
I don't know. I don't know where. When I rooted my Evo, it was on unrevoked. So, and then I forget what I did after that.
No, he can't put periods. Go to www.doortodoorgeek.com. Call me, pay me. I'll do it over the internet.
That's
Since
right.
You can't do periods. You pay me and I'll do it.
Pay Door, the service, the service Door's going to make millions off of.
Yeah, because you can't type periods.
He should do it anyway, periods or not. This is from John. He says, hey, I'm wondering if you know of any calendar apps that emulate the iPhone calendar app, most particularly the roller type input format. Thanks for your help. That's from John. I haven't looked at many Android calendar apps. You guys have any suggestions for them that emulate the iPhone app?
Well, honestly, I can't because I have no idea what the iPhone app looks like.
Same here.
But I did communicate with him a little bit, and what he told me was he loved the roller feature of the date and month, where it sounded like almost like the Urban Spoon slot machine thing, where you
exactly
can just
what
spin it.
Yes.
I looked and looked and looked. I found a couple calendar apps, and apparently there was like an open source one, and like 3 people used the exact same engine for 90% of the app, and it came close. It was a sideways slide. And he was on the Galaxy Tab, and I said, seems a little clunky on my phone. It might be smoother on a tablet. And he said, it doesn't seem to be that good. And then after looking for a good, I would say hour off and on, browsing the internet, looking for reviews and stuff, everybody seemed to agree on the same calendar app that my Android market is not responding right now. A unique name like Cal something.
All right, while you're looking for that, I would suggest Google searching, iPhone calendar app Android. Trying to find maybe some, like if try to clone, right. Something in there that Google's going to help you complete this search. But
yeah. And that's what I did. I first put in Android calendar app and when I put in right beneath it, it automatically said iPhone. Yeah, I think the app actually was ANCAL was the app everyone says is by far the best calendar app.
There you go.
It's a paid product. Only had 15 minutes. That's not enough time to evaluate anything in my eyes. So I told him I might look for a free copy for evaluation purposes only, and I haven't had a chance to look.
No worries. Thanks for the advice so far, Dor. This is from John. He says, as announced on Twitch TNT, all Android phones will be free this weekend on T-Mobile with a new 2-year contract, upgrades included. We, my wife, and I, my wife and I, just got the MyTouch 4G each, and we got our kids to share an Android Comet last week. Loving the switch from iPhone to AT&T. Maybe we can upgrade already. That would be sweet. That's from John. Thanks for the email, John. And that, my friends, is it for the emails on Android App Addicts. If you want to send us an email, send it at mail@podnutz.com. If you want to send us a voicemail, call 7076-PODNUT. Okay.
I was not right. I was wrong. And Cal is an example of one of those apps that use the exact same engine. It's quite crapalicious, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Dor, where can people find you?
Easiest place to is just go to doorgeek.com email me at doorgeek@gmail.com or just leave me a voicemail at podnutz.
Awesome. Lalo, where can people find you?
betterpctech.com, LaloNunez.com. Then on Twitter, you want to do LaloNunez.com, DOTCOM.
Awesome. Steve D.
Blog is at stevendemico.com, and on Twitter, I'm SMDSteve.
That is an animated version of Steve spinning around in a circle, just for anybody who's watching the video.
So a lifelike.
So
I can
lifelike.
turn it into the cat. There you go.
Yeah, keep the cat on. And, well, we're done the show. It doesn't matter. That's it for Android App Addicts for this week. Thank you guys for watching, listening, streaming. Stay tuned for Nuts Tonight coming up right in a couple minutes, hopefully, and we'll see you next time.